Welcome back everyone to Crusader Kings 2 with the Game of Thrones mod and my Blackfyre series. Now, at the end of the last episode, we won the war for the Iron Throne, but it was quite a bittersweet ending of that episode since Daemon Blackfyre, our father, was actually slain in personal combat by the Kingsguard, Sir Clayton Massey, the very man he tried to recruit just, days before, but then he decided to actually join the Kingsguard, and, it was quite an intense battle. Daemon was, just much stronger. I think he hit Clayton like 4 times, he wounded him, and then I think Daemon may have actually just gotten a bit cocky, and he, he aimed for the wound, and he was overpowered, and then he was slain. But in the meantime, we had Sir Ulrich Dane, the Sword of the Morning. He was killing Sir Gawain Corbury, and then he managed to capture Sir Baelor Breakspear. I can't actually find him. There he is, Sir Ulrich Dane. And he basically won the war for us. And before we actually go forward today, there is a few titles I need to give out, especially counselor positions and other small rewards for several people. Now, when I won the war, immediately we had Fireball become a Kingsguard. That happened by event. I didn't do that, so Fireball has gotten his Kingsguard position, which I would have given him anyways. And we also have something very interesting happen, because if we check out the history here, Daeron, King Daeron, is not known as a, well, he is known as a Targaryen technically, but he's known as a bastard now. Yeah, not even legitimized, which is which makes sense because, yeah, he would be Aemon the Dragon Knight's son. So this is obviously a rumor, and now that we are the king, we won the war for the throne, this is basically the narrative that, that we push. So yeah, he is now posthumous known as a bastard, and so I guess his kids are still technically considered Targaryens, but anyways, that's just what I wanted to mention. So this happened by event. And then I did a few things. I used console commands to assign Kingsguard roles to the following members. The first one, Ulrich Dane. I definitely want to make him Lord Commander of the Kingsguard, but the current Lord Commander, if we have a look at the white book here, the current Lord Commander, he didn't really do anything wrong. He wasn't, of course he didn't kill his king, but I think you can't really hold that against him. So I will not strip him of his title. I don't think that would be nice. So Kenric Derry is going to stay as a Kingsguard. But yeah, I made Sir Ulrich a Kingsguard as well. And should Kenric die, he will be our new Lord Commander. I'm also going to bestow upon him the title of Paramount Knight, which we can have a look at the description of this title. But basically, he is just, yeah, the role model of all knights, and I think that fits quite well. Now then, we've also got Sir Clayton Massey. We'll definitely deal with him. He's definitely going to get executed. We had Sir Quentin Fireball, I already mentioned. Then I made Bertrand Red Tusk a Kingsguard, Rob Rain a Kingsguard, and Sir Alan Connington was already on the Kingsguard, so I'm just going to leave him there. As, same thing happened with Kenric. He didn't really do anything during the fights, at least nothing that we know of, so I think there's no reason to remove him, since he's a great fighter as well. So yeah, I simply made sure to use console commands here because as a child, I don't get to appoint Kingsguards, so my mother, or in that case the AI, would have done it, and they could have picked anyone, really, and I wanted to make sure to at least get these people in there. So yeah, that's just what I wanted to tell you, but yeah, let's move on. So I've given Sir Ulrich Dane his position in the Kingsguard and made him the Paramount Knight. And let's quickly, continue with a minor title, the Command of the Gold Cloaks. And that will, I can't only give it to Yonan. That's actually kind of unfortunate, because I was actually hoping I could give it to Harry's the Oathkeeper. Can I not do that? Why can I not do that? Because he's lowborn. Is that the reason? This might be the reason. That is actually kind of annoying, because obviously his background story, tells how he rose in the ranks of the Gold Cloaks. So I might have to use console commands once again, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. For now, other things that I want to do, I need to appoint a Hand of the King, probably the most important position. We currently have our mother as regent, or our grandmother, Daena the Defiant, as regent, but as Hand of the King, we are of course going to pick the man himself, if I can find him, hold on, Bittersteel. Aegor Bittersteel will be our uncle. He will be the hand of the king. I think that simply makes sense, and he's going to oversee the realm. Now, as Master of Laws, I have decided to go with... where can I find him? Alar Darklin. Just because, you know, he seems like a pretty good guy, and he seems to like us the most out of all of them. So, yeah, he's going to be our Justicer. Then, as Master at Arms, I have decided to appoint our Paramount Knight, Sir Ulrich Dane. He might leave our court for the King's Guard, that's possible. So, in that case, we'll have to appoint someone else, which is fine. Master of Coin, I decided to appoint Lucifer Langwood, if I can find him. There you go. Yeah, he wants to be Master of Coin. He doesn't really like us that much, but that might be a little bit better. All right, so, or that might improve at some point. Then we've got, as Master of Whispers, I want to go for Lyanna Targaryen. Now, if you don't know who she is the mother of Lord Viserys of Case, who has actually joined us in the fighting. Well, not Viserys Case, Viserys Plum of Case. They've joined us in the fighting, so I think his mother, you know, our... Is she our great-grandmother? She's somehow related to us, but yeah, I think she just deserves that spot. And she's obviously a lot more trustworthy than, Bloodraven. Okay, as for our Septon, or Septa, I'm actually going to go with Rhaena, because Rhaena is the sister of Daena the Defiant. So therefore, I feel like that kind of makes sense as well. And then we've got a few other titles that we can give out. We have the High Admiral position that I'm going to give to Lord Celtigar. Then we've got the court physician that's going to be the Maester. And then we've got 2 advisor roles. Now, one I want to give to my mother, if I can find her. Rohani, there you go. And then I can't. Well, that's unfortunate. Maybe I cannot give out advisor roles. That might be possible. Yeah, I think because I'm a kid, I can't give out advisor roles. That's unfortunate. All right, well, that was that. One thing I'm definitely going to go ahead and do is form an alliance with my grandfather, because he will accept. Sadly, neither the Lord of the Stormlands nor the Lord of the North would like to, agree to a non-aggression pact. That's quite sad, but we'll have to do without them. Other than that, any other position I need to give out? Yes, I think there's a few minor titles. Let me quickly check that out as well. I know this takes a long time, but you know, we're king now, right? We gotta administer our realm. In fact, I want Sir Ulrich to actually train the troops. Another thing I just wanted to bring that up. I actually made Aegor Bittersteel the educator of both me and my twin brother, Aemon. And I made Ulrich Dane the educator of my brother, Daemon. So perhaps he can make a good fight out of him. That would be cool. But yeah, I wanted to add a few more minor titles, so let's quickly go for that as well. Command of Dorcos, yeah, we'll have to check that out. A court jester, just for the moment, will be, if I can find him, Bloodraven. I think that would be just fitting. So let me see if he's on here. There he is, Brynden. I think that would make sense for Bittersteel. He would make him the court jester. And Keeper of the Swans, I think I'm going to give that to my regent and grandmother, Daena. And then we have the King's Justice left. That I will probably just give to the Mandalay guy. Yeah, heir to the Sept of Snow. That's fine, but he's a just man, so I feel like that makes sense. Okay. There you go. Now, and then we've got a few Commander titles to give out as well, so let's quickly appoint them here. Yeah, Red Tusk, and then who else have we got? Another King's Guard. I guess I make my mother as well, and then now Maker, probably none of them, but Ormond Seret will be a Commander as well. Okay, now with all of these things done, we basically get to set a crown focus in King's Landing. We'll go ahead and do that, and then... that's fine for now. We might need a little bit of money. That could be useful. Taking a loan from the Iron Bank would be quite helpful. Yeah, let's go for that. And then taking a loan from a vassal wouldn't be too bad either. Let's see if we can go ahead and do that. Ask for this loan from Lord Dantos of the Claw Isle. He does have quite a lot of money. I hope he accepts. He doesn't really like us particularly. But he's High Admiral, so hopefully he'll accept. But yeah, that was all that I wanted to do. Okay, so money situation doesn't look as bad anymore, and I think we can slowly move forward to see what happens. Okay, and there is now what I've been actually waiting for, the decisions, what we do with the various traitors. And obviously, I, as a 10-year-old boy, I don't really have much say in this. So it's going to be my grandmother, the regent, deciding this, as well as my Hand of the King and Guardian, Bittersteel. Now, Bittersteel, we know, he's a rough man, he's rude, and yeah, he's ambitious, envious, just like that. And my grandmother, she's known as the Defiant. She's very wild and stubborn, so I don't think they would let these lords bend the knee. Certainly not the Dornish. Like, the Dornish, they for sure are going to be sent to the dungeon. No doubt about that. As for the Reach Lord, you know, it simply wouldn't look good if we would let them bend the knee, if, you know, all of these lords have supported us in these fights, so we'll have to send them to the dungeon as well. Same goes for the Westerlands, and then for the Vale. Now, the Vale, I'm actually split. I'm actually not too sure what I should do with the Vale. Maybe I can let the Vale, maybe I can leave him be. Should we be merciful to the Vale? Just because, I mean, yes, the Sisters joined us, but do I really want to have the Lord of the Sisters rule the Vale? I mean, we also got to think about this. Yes, they did not support us, but I mean, that's 21,000 men that we wouldn't have to fight. I think this might be the one person we're gonna let go, the Vale, because we don't really have a huge grudge with them. So I think we're gonna leave. Yeah, you know what? I'll leave the Vale Lord be. Yeah. He might still join against us, but we'll have to see. Now, Baelor Breakspear will judge his family justly. We shall see what happens. Now, Sir Alan Connington will leave him be, because there's no need, as I said, to replace him. As for Sir Kenrick of the Kingsguard, we'll leave him be as well. And then the Trident Lord, he will be sent to the dungeon. And then there he is, Sir Clayton Massey, who killed our father. He will be executed. Bring me the head of this man. There you go. All right, hopefully that works out. And yeah, let's move forward and see what happens exactly. Okay, so Othor Aaron, heir to the King of the Reach, for some reason, has arrived. Why is he heir to the King of the Reach? And the Vale? That is insane. Why do you not... You do not have an heir. Okay, that is actually kind of interesting. Wow, quite a powerful man. Right, yeah, Maron of Dawn has risen in rebellion, so that the Reach, the West, the Trident, they all rose up in rebellion. Well, and... Okay, we get all kinds of notifications for that. Okay, we'll crush them all. Okay, now what to do with Bloodraven. Now, Bloodraven is a rival of Aegor Bittersteel, so I don't see how we would not just kill him, right? I mean, we could throw him in the dungeon, but I think Bittersteel would be relentless. So, you know what? We might as well get it over with. Bloodraven will be executed on the orders of our Hand of the King. So, there you go. We actually gained Tyranny for that, but that's okay. I think that's fine. Yeah. Alright, we're a Tyrant. Now, Bloodraven, he will be beheaded. Actually, is there more? There is nothing more. Okay, hang or behead? No, he will be beheaded. There you go. Okay, now I'm actually... Oof. Well, that is not good. But yeah, as for my aunt, she's done nothing wrong. As for Maker, now he killed Sir Gareth the Grey, so he'll be imprisoned. As for Aegon, he is Maker's son. He'll be taken as a hostage. Maya Rivers, she is Bloodraven's wife. She'll be thrown in the dungeon. Daron will be taken as a hostage. Yep, those are Maker's sons. Then we've got Shiera Seastar. I think she'll be thrown in the dungeon as well. Then we've got Ares. Yep, thrown in the dungeon. The Martell girl in the dungeon. Rhaegal, dungeon. Jaina, I mean, she was just wife to Baelor. Well, you know what? Dungeon. Go with it. Aliana, now she, as I said, she's actually a spy mistress, so she's done nothing wrong. Mantaris, Baelor's son, I think he will be thrown in the dungeon. Pretty sure about that. Yep, thrown in the dungeon, and then Vala will be thrown in the dungeon as well. And then last but not least, we've got Baelor, and he shall be executed. Actually, thrown in the dungeon. Throw him in the dungeon. Yeah. Baelor. I will throw him in the dungeon, that's fine. And then Reyna, she has done nothing wrong, so that's fine. And then, there we are. All hail his grace, Aegon of the house Blackfyre, the 5th of his name, king of the Andals and the Royal and the First Men, lord of the 7 kingdoms, and protector of the realm. Long live the king. The Iron Throne is a state of war, and yeah, the only one we can call upon is the lunatic holy fool of the Iron Islands. Yeah, Alton Greyjoy, I don't think he's going to join us, so yeah, don't have high hopes. I'm very upset that we are now known as a Kinslayer. Hopefully that can somehow be, yeah, dealt with. We'll have to see. But for now, I suppose we will simply move on and see what happens. Yeah, we're faced with quite a lot of rebel forces, so let's go ahead and raise our own men. We can actually, I mean, yeah, it's at least some forces we can raise, so that's not too bad. Let's get you all together to King's Landing. That's 16,000 men. But the problem is we are in debt, so we got to be careful. I definitely need to appoint some good commanders. A Holy Warrior and Organizer. I will have probably Rob Rain lead the center, King's Justice, and then Bertrand. Yeah, quite a few good commanders still. So if we somehow get a few people joining us, oh, Lord Eustache Osgrey, very, very good, excellent. I know who wants to reach. Okay, so there's actually a lot of lords joining us. Even the Lord of the Sisters. I feel bad for letting the Vale go now. Alright, well, we'll have to see. Maybe we can give the Lord of the Sisters something. Perhaps the Vale's still going to join us. Against us, I mean. And no loan from Lord Dantos, our master of ships. That is quite frustrating. But okay, now we have asked for the alliance with Tyrosh. Yes, we will expect an reply in a few days. Okay, Laygood has joined us. Interesting. I think he has not joined us before, so that's news. And no, Jaina, you shall stay imprisoned. Yeah, you will stay where you are. In the dungeons. And, oh, look at that. It seems as if, first of all, we got a new Archmaester. And a vacancy has become available on the King's Guard. And Lady Regent Daena Targaryen has chosen Sir Boran Mandalay as a King's Guard. I think that's a really good idea. I wanted to let the last one be open to the AI. Just kind of, you know, to have a little bit of randomness to it. So yeah, that's fine. Now, we are going to have our wedding here. That's correct. And we also need to make use of the court. We also need to appoint a new commander now. So I think I'm going to go with Byron Flowers or Melvis Strong. Now, he's the better commander, so I'm going to go with Byron for now. There you go. Okay, people have arrived at my court. That is the Grand Maester. And the commander of the Gold Cloaks. Can I now pick someone else? I don't want to pick you. Why would I? Oh, he's already commander. Oh, that might be it. Commander Yonan. Oh, he already holds King's Landing. I mean, fine. I'll appoint him. I'll appoint him for now, even though I don't really like it that much. But okay, fine. Okay, anything else? We still need these advisor positions. I cannot do anything about that. And we can call people for trial. Don't think I will necessarily do that at the moment, though. There's some known plots. Please automatically stop them. Thank you very much. And then we've got quite a few prisoners. Now, Simon of Fahrencross, I'm actually going to ransom him. Yeah, 70 gold. That's actually going to solve our money problems. All right, yeah, then we'll do that, certainly. So let's move on. So that will be dealt with. And Your Grace, rather than face your judgment with dignity and honor, Sir Clayton Massey tried to flee. We captured him, however, and now we will face the block. And now he will face the block, I think. Okay, so he dies. Very, very good. So there you go. He's been executed. We avenged our father. I like it. Very annoying that we have this Kingslayer stain right now. Hopefully we can get rid of this somehow. But I felt like, you know, we wouldn't... It would not have been, you know, Aegor to let Brynden live. I just don't think that would have happened, so yeah. Anyway, I'm a bit... oh, the Yornwoods joined us. And the Rains of Castamere have joined us. Okay, so there's a few lords. Not as many joined us this time. The Lostons joined us here as well. Did the Brackens join in? They did not. People have been suggesting to give Aegor Bittersteel the Riverlands, but I might give it to House Lofton here. We'll have to see how things develop, obviously. We gotta win the war first. But yeah, my grandfather has accepted the alliance. I could call him into this, but I really want him to deal with Bloodstone first, if he could do that. But he's actually not even doing that right now. I don't know where he has his forces. So you know what? Fine. We might as well call him to all wars, just so he can maybe do something good. Okay, now, I lost a commander, which means I will now... Who am I gonna appoint? You know what? I'm gonna have my Lord Commander of the King's Guard see what he's leading from the rear. Alright, yeah, Quentin Ball, you will continue what Daemon has left lying around. Okay, anyways, let's see if we're being attacked here. I hope you're gonna change your mind. Okay, so a lot more people are joining us now. House Strickland, House Payne, Craigcall. Oh, very good to see. Very good to see. Now, Shira Seastar is imprisoned. No, you will all stay imprisoned. Quite a lot of Targaryens imprisoned, but they all got claims to my titles. So, you know what? I don't necessarily want them to, well, to be alive. But I don't want to execute them either. I guess we could call them for trials, but I don't feel like it really. So we'll just leave them imprisoned. And Mariana Martell, I think we can just execute her. I think we would kill the Dornish, pretty much, because we don't like them. So, she's already imprisoned. Yeah, she will probably die. Just to send a message to the Dornish, to the Martells especially. Because, I mean, actually Daemon was the one who didn't like them. You know what? No, fine. You will die, and you'll be hanged, actually. There you go. Enjoy. Alright, let's move on, and we'll see what happens. I don't mean for the Martells to rule Dorne anyways. It's going to be the Yornwoods, and they have luckily sided with us in this recent conflict. And then we've got a few more lords joining us as well. Very good. Not really great lords, but, you know, everything helps, I suppose. And this ridiculous army right here, I actually kind of want to deal with, because it's kind of frustrating. We also have our feasting currently going on. It's the funeral of our father, so I feel like that, you know, is kind of important. Let's make our way to Woodmere, and hopefully crush this army. More people? Are you joining us? No, he's not joining us. Still, with the Stormlands helping out, this is actually a big deal. Still doesn't want to have that non-aggression pact. Well, understandably, not really. I mean, we are the king. I wonder if we can win this now. We might. Anyway, let's get our troops back to King's Landing. We are out of debt, which is good. And more people joining us. Lord Robin Donegal of Sunrise Keep. Is he a... he's not a Dornish. Sad to see, you know, the Danes fighting us. But, you know, that's just what happens. Did we lose a commander? I think we lost quite a few commanders, actually. Oh, it was... I think we lost all of our Kingsguard commanders. Alright, fine. In that case, we'll appoint... well, a few others. Harry's, the Oathkeeper, is now going to be a commander as well. Congratulations. And let's see who we're going to put into the army. Alright, so we can only pick our Lord Commander of the King's Guard. Then I think Ormond Serret. And then either Daena or... actually, you're on the flank. Sir Will of Bramsford. You are a... yeah, you know what? I kind of want you. Since you're a flanker, I want to have you on the flanks. Any sub-commanders we can appoint? Yes, we can. So, on the flank, I will probably have... Daena's already leading troops in Stone Dance. Then I will have you... Well, I don't think my grandmother should necessarily lead... No, she's wild. Have her lead men. Then in the center, Melwis. And then here, we'll have... You know what? Have Harry's there. Well, let's go for Byron. Harry's... I want him to be, you know, Lord of the Gold Cloaks. I don't actually want him to go away all that far. And then we've got the funeral. As the Silent Sisters finish the preparations of the deceased, the body of Lord Daemon is brought to the local sept and laid atop the altar at its center. And yeah, you can read all of this, but so it is done. Lord Daemon Blackfyre was slain by Clayton Massey in personal combat at age 25. He was a man and a knight with the most honor. He was also most fair to look upon. Yes, Lord Daemon was one of the greatest warriors in his generation, his martial prowess being famed throughout the kingdom, and yet he was defeated in personal combat. Anyway, there you go, we held that funeral. Oh, by the way, is my mother a widow? She is, and she's quite depressed. So yeah, she's not taking this lightly. So yeah, hopefully she's not going to kill herself. We can now request a coronation. It's going to cost some money, but it's an important thing. I think we're going to hold off on that, though. I think we're going to crush the rebels first, and then we will do this. In fact, you know what I might do? I think we already have told a lot of people to attach to us. Actually, you know what I'm going to say? Yeah, you're already sieging this. I think that's great. So you're going to continue to siege this, and that will at least, you know, give us a foothold should we somehow lose this, which doesn't actually look like it, since the Talis are not even helping out the Reach. So it's actually looking pretty good for us. Anyways, with the funeral of our father, I think I'm going to end this episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.